Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the April 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Taurus. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. And always, I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. That helps me greatly. And when you subscribe, you'll be notified when I post videos in the future as well. With that being said, let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close for you. Column number 2 is going to be April in general. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a healing crystal, and a healing note. Let's see here, pulling a summary card for what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the card efficiency. So likely the last few weeks, Taurus, you've been pretty efficient, or it could be even as far back as the last month. For those of you that don't know me, I work in business efficiencies outside of this, so I always love efficiency, Taurus. So let's see what messages we have. The first card that we have is the Hangman. The Hangman is a very stagnant card. It's like a card of waiting or being stuck. This person is quite literally hanging there by their foot. Typically you need more information on something before you can move forward. The next card that we have is the Page of Swords. This is a very curious card. It can be a card of gossip or spying eyes or trying to seek the truth. And at the bottom we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a card of low feelings. It's a card of loss, regret, grief, feeling abandoned or unloved possibly. Again, those low feelings. If you see this person, they're dressed in all black. And then these 3 cups are spilled. They're almost like grieving the spilt cups. Let's clarify though and see what other messages I can give you here. The first card that we have is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles has quite a few meanings, but the meaning that's coming through for this card, it's a card of worry or it's a card of isolation. So I feel like some of you have been worried about whatever this is that's stagnant. Like maybe you want to move and you haven't been able to, or I'm trying to think of another example. I just feel like some of you are waiting for more information before you can do something, but you're worried that you're having to wait, if that makes sense. The other meaning of this card is isolation. So some of you could have been hoping for help from others, but weren't getting that help. Like maybe you wanted help making a decision and that support just wasn't there for you. Isolation and worry are kind of the 2 meanings that are sticking out there for that card. The next card that we have is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of rivalry, challenges, obstacles. So again, the Page of Swords is like gossip or rumors, or it's kind of like water cooler talk. So I feel like there could have been some rivalry or challenge with a coworker or challenge with a friend that kind of stirred this gossip or he said, she said. It's kind of a feeling that I'm getting. With the Five of Wands, it's never something that's major. It's kind of like small bumps in the road though, but I just feel like there was some sort of tension there. Then at the bottom we have the Hermit as the clarifying card. The Hermit card is about going within for clarity. It's about being on your personal path, your personal quest in life. That's right on top of the Five of Cups. So some of you could need to be doing some healing on your own. If you're feeling down about something, like if somebody passed away, I think very understandably you would be upset, and that's when we would see the Five of Cups. But let's say there's just something bothering you. The Hermit's kind of saying unpack those feelings and see if you can process or better understand why you're feeling the way you are about something. But now let's go and jump in and take a look at what's to come for you. So just general, what's coming in April. The next card that we have is Preservation. Make sure that you are taking care of your energy and your time this month. I don't know that I would go as far as preserving it or trying to save it. But don't overdo it. Don't overextend yourself. Finances, energy, sleep, all of those things. Make sure you're taking good care of. Let's see what messages we've got coming in April.
The first card that we have is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card of friendship, very much so a card of celebration. Could also be circle of support. You see how the three of them are standing in a circle. I do think you'll be celebrating something in April. And looking at the next card, specifically it's something you've been waiting for a while. This very well could be connected to this Hangman, that stagnant waiting energy that we talked about earlier. But with the Seven of Pentacles, this is a card of patience, hard work, delayed success. This person planted their pentacles and they're basically waiting for them to grow at this point. So I feel like whatever this is going to move forward, and that's going to be what you're celebrating. And then at the bottom we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. So I feel like whatever this thing is that you're celebrating is kind of long-term. It's either something you'll be doing for a while, or it's really good, like, or very impactful in the grand picture of life. Something that's going to carry forward with you for a while, Taurus. Let's clarify and see what other messages we get. The next card we have is the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an ace card, ace cards are a card of newness. The Ace of Cups specifically typically is a new baby, new relationship, new marriage, new proposal. That's definitely celebratory worthy, and that would make sense why it would be long term. So maybe you found out you're having a baby, or you're getting engaged, or you're getting married. But definitely some sort of celebration associated with this new whatever it may be with the Ace of Cups. The next card that we have is the Temperance card. Temperance is a card of balance, harmony, patience. Interestingly enough, you have two patience cards here stacked on top of each other with the Seven of Pentacles and the Temperance card. So patience is the pretty clear message that's coming through. I do think you'll have balance and harmony, but that's not necessarily like what this card is getting at. Again, the patience piece is there, so potentially you've been waiting for something longer than you would like. Then at the bottom we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card, again, of celebrations. This is a family, friends, reunion type card as well. You could be getting reunited with a friend or family member that will be very long term. But again, I do feel like this is like celebrating. For those of you getting engaged, having a baby, that makes sense because that would be very long term as well. Definitely some celebration coming in for April though for you, Taurus. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. You've had a ton of money readings lately, Taurus. So I'm curious to see what we get today. Okay, the first card that we have is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords has two main meanings. So it's oftentimes making a decision. So there will be some sort of money or career decision that you're making this month, Taurus. But oftentimes this feels like a compromise, like you're having to compromise on something. We're going to clarify that message, but compromise is very closely associated with the Two of Swords. The next card that we have is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a very speedy card. It's quick, it's fast action, it's news coming in. I feel like you're going to have to make this decision relatively fast. I'm not sure what it is, but that's kind of the message that's coming through, is like something will come up and you'll have to decide fast because it's just moving fast for you, Taurus. The next card that I have is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of expansion and travel. I don't know that these two are, like these three cards are all associated together. I feel like for a lot of you, your workload could be expanding or your business could be expanding. There could also be some work travel for you in April, Taurus. But this decision that you're making quite quickly could also lead to expansion too. Let's clarify though and see what other messages I can get for you. The first card that we have is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is an interesting card. It looks kind of gloomy, but I actually really like it. If you look at these people, they're all facing away from us. Their heads are hanging down. There's not a lot of color in the card. And then there are a bunch of swords stuck in the boat. But the boat is heading forward in a forward direction. So whenever I see the Six of Swords, it's saying that you're like going through a necessary transition. This is something that needed to happen, and it's going to be really positive for you. And it's on top of that Two of Swords. So what I'll say to this is if you do find yourself in a situation, Taurus, this month where you're feeling like you're making a compromise, I wouldn't really honestly worry too much about it. I don't think it will be, whatever happens, even if it feels like a compromise now, is going to be very, very good to you in the future. It's part of that necessary transition. As for the decision too, I wouldn't spend too much time fretting over the decision or worrying about the what ifs, because again, what you decide to do is going to project you forward onto that path where you're meant to go and where you're meant to be. The next card that we have is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is an interesting card too. It's also a card of transition. So when we look at the Eight of Cups, you have 8 cups that are stacked really, really nicely, but yet this person in the background is still walking away from the cups. The Eight of Cups is a card of withdrawing, retreating, moving on. Some of you could be leaving your job when we see the Eight of Cups, or moving to a new career, but there's definitely some sort of shift happening. And again, you're going to be making this decision quite quickly. So you have a decision card, a speed card, and then 2 cards that are saying you're moving on to something new. The bear is also walking forward into a new place, walking forward to the right, so new, positive. Boat is going forward right, the bear is going forward right. So again, whatever you decide to do is going to be very beneficial. But again, I think there will be a decision. It could feel like a compromise, and it's going to happen pretty quickly. The next card that we have is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a card of low feelings. It's a card of loss, regret, grief, feeling abandoned. The Five of Cups, these 3 cups here, they've been knocked over, and this person is almost like grieving the cups being spilt. So you have the Five of Cups a little bit earlier too. But it's right on top of the Three of Wands, which maybe, like, for those of you having expansion, it's just going to expand in a way you didn't expect. Like, maybe you wanted to take on Project A and you ended up with Project B, so things are still expanding. Or maybe you really wanted to branch out a different type of your business. Let's say you own a business and you wanted to grow Product A, and Product B is selling better. You're still expanding, but it's maybe not quite what you had in mind. Some of you could also have canceled travel plans. Sorry to tell you that, Taurus. That's always a bummer. But some of you could be upset about canceled travel plans. That seems to be a message coming through as well. Now in our next column, we're going to take a look at love. So anything related to love, family, friends, relationships, children, anything that you would associate with love, Taurus. Let's see what messages we got. You would think this love and money column should be switched here. You have all money cards in your love column now. But let's see what messages we've got. The first card we have is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is very much so a money card. It's a card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain. Another meaning behind this card, though, is like solo pleasures. So my message for you, Taurus, is like, make sure you make time for yourself this month. Single, relationship, and married, children or not, make sure you do some you time this month. Focus on those solo pleasures, that self-sufficiency. Maybe go get a massage, or go for a walk, or go for a swim. Do something for you this month that's just you. Quiet time to yourself. The next card that we have is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is about leaving a legacy. It can also mean a large sum of money. It could be retirement or inheritance. Some of you could be retiring, your spouse could be retiring, your parents could be retiring. There's definitely some retirement sprinkled in for some of you, Taurus, in the month of April. But with this card, this is also like leaving a legacy. So some of you could be getting a large sum of money this month from somebody in your family, and that's why it's kind of coming through in this love column. You could be having a baby as well. Baby kind of extends out and lives on your legacy. You do see there's a small child on this card as well. So some of you could be finding out that you're pregnant this month. Then at the bottom we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a card of being patient. So I think I have echoed the message patience for you 3 times this month now, Taurus. But do be patient in the things that you do. When I see the Page of Pentacles too in the love column, sometimes this is like your partner or your husband or wife or spouse getting a new job, which sounds kind of silly. The Page of Pentacles is a card of like new job, raise, some sort of money news. So oftentimes when I see it in the love column, it's like your spouse is getting a new job or having more money coming in. You do have two retirement type cards though, or inheritance type cards. You could be getting an inheritance from somebody in your family. The other message I have for this card is some of you could be moving in with your significant other. A lot of times when I see the Page of Pentacles, it's like money coming together in a relationship. But let's see what other messages I can give you here. We have the Six of Pentacles, so another money type card. The Six of Pentacles, though, is about giving or receiving help. It's a card of generosity. Taurus, I feel like you do a lot for others, and this is just a reminder, like, you do so much for others, make sure you're doing for yourself. So again, make sure you carve out some of that alone time for yourself in April. The next clarifying card we have is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is another card of celebrations. It's that friendship card. Again, some of you definitely will be celebrating a retirement, it feels like. There could be a large sum of money though coming in too, so that's going to trigger that celebration as well. Then at the bottom we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is about healing and being supported. I feel like for those of you that do have a spouse or significant other that's getting promoted, the money aspect there is definitely going to help you with some of that security type feeling. So you'll be supported financially in that sense. The other message that's being associated with the Page of Pentacles together and the Queen of Cups together is sometimes healing takes time. And I'm just going to leave it at that for you, Taurus. Healing takes time. Now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. So something to carry into the month of April with us. We have the card Balance. Balance is always a wonderful thing. So you'll be feeling more balanced, Taurus, than you've been feeling in past months, even maybe back to the beginning of 2022. Could have been kind of a roller coaster so far this year for you. But let's see what messages come through here. The first card that we have is the World. The World's a good card. The World is a card of completion. It could be completing a goal, completing a lesson, completing a chapter in life. Going full circle here, the World going full circle. So it does seem that there will be completion of something. Maybe it's completion of unbalance, like you've just been kind of out of balance, out of harmony, out of your groove. So that would be a good thing to put an end to. The next card that we have is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a card of newness. Anytime we have an ace card, it is a card of newness. In this case, it's typically new ideas, new mental clarity. I think that makes sense because something's coming to an end. You've realized something that's going to now give you more balance. So it's indicating that new and that new clarity that you have. And then at the bottom, we have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a card of victory, award, recognition, good news, success. So I feel like this new chapter that you're entering into, there's new clarity, there's an end, and there's more balance, which is a really wonderful thing. Let's see if we can give any details here with our clarifying cards, Taurus. We have the Death card coming up again, that makes sense. But let's start at the top here. We have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is a really good card. It's like wishes coming true. It's material abundance. It's good health. All good things. So some of you have not been feeling very good lately. You should be feeling better. Balance, of course, associated with the mental health there. But I feel like in this new chapter, this is saying you can have whatever you want. So be focused in that sense, Taurus. The next card that we have is the Two of Swords. We had the Two of Swords earlier. So again, this is that decision, possibly that compromise. But I do think it's the same one we were talking about earlier. And it's paired with the Ace of Swords there. So it's just saying this is something new. You're going to have new clarity. It's going to be what you want. It may not feel like it's what you want right now, Taurus, but it will be. Then we have the Death card. The Death card definitely does not mean death. It just indicates a change, an ending, which we knew was coming because we had the World card there a little bit higher. So this is echoing that ending and going into that transformation. You can have what you want, you can have balance, and it'll be celebration worthy. So if you're feeling a little iffy going through this transition, Taurus, it's going to be really good and really meaningful. Now at this point in time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, Taurus, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 6 of Hearts. This is number 3 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 6 of Clubs. This is the number 23 card. That's going to be a no. And for question number 3, we have the 9 of Diamonds. This is the number 39 card. That's a yes. So yes, no, yes, Taurus. We're also going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of April. Keep it in your pocket, put it in your nightstand, put it on your desk at work. You have calcite. Calcite's good for courage, growth. It helps you if you're feeling lethargic. It gives you new drive, new ideas. We have pineapple calcite and pink calcite here, so calcite for April makes sense. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Let's see what it says. You have the power to heal your life, and you need to know that. Often we think we are helpless, but we are not. You always have the power of our minds. Claim and consciously use that power. Thank you so much, Taurus, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. When you subscribe, again, that helps me very much. I greatly appreciate it. But you'll also be notified when I post future videos, so it's a win-win situation for us. If you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you, Taurus, and have a wonderful April.